Fishing is fun, but hooking is the only way. We're gonna show you how to catch some fish today.
All the birds are singing, what a beautiful day.
Hey guys, I know you saw my flipping video down the delta for bass in the springtime, so now I want to show you some of the products I was using. First of all, I'll show you the weight, because I think it's really important that you use tungsten. And in the video you're going to see me using a 3/4 to 1 ounce, and depends on how fast the current goes is how I determine what size I'm going to use. I use 2 bobber stoppers. One's pointed like this so you can see the point on there, and the other bobber stopper is round. And what I do is I put the pointed one on first, and then I put the weight, then I put the round one below it so I could adjust the sinker tension bounding on the hook. Then I use these Superline Gamakatsu 5/0 round bend hooks that you can't bend. You can't even bend them with a pair of pliers. So I want something when I'm flipping, when I set the hook really hard, it doesn't straighten out on me. My bait, preference bait for this type of fishing this type of the year, you're gonna always see me flipping a Brush Hog, and I use a full size. And then I switch up once in a while to a D-bomb, and I'm using all the big ones. I don't use the little stuff. And then the line, I'm using Power Pro. I use 50-pound test. I'll use 25-pound test fluorocarbon leader, only 20 inches. The rod and reel, I like to use something around 7'6". It's real stiff, it doesn't hardly bend, it just bends right on the tip only. And you gotta have a lot of backbone. The reel could be any reel, it just needs to hold 100 yards of 50-pound braid. And gear ratio, 6, 7, and 1 is plenty fine. So I like to use color line like this so you could actually see it. A lot of times you can't even feel the fish bite, so I'm always watching my line. You'll see it just tick a little bit, so you know you're getting bit. So I do use color line when I'm doing this kind of fishing. And at times, especially when I'm getting whooped, I'll use a smelly jelly scent. All it does is cover your scent, but this one works especially well. It's a crawdad, and I use this when I'm desperate. I use this, only one that I use. This is actually one of the best scents there are. Subscribe, it doesn't cost you a dime when you subscribe. Hit the bell, that way every time I post a new one, because I post them twice a week, sometimes 3, it'll ding, let you know that I put something up. And then on the description box on the bottom, if you click it, it gives you the links to all the products that I just told you about. So you would just hit that link, it'll take you right to the store. So when you click the link on the description box, you're going to get the exact product that I'm using. It'll show you the color, it'll have which size I'm using, the weight, the hook size, everything. It gives all the description so you know you're getting the right stuff. And it'll help my channel out, and I really appreciate all the help I can get from you guys so I can get this channel running. So thank you very much. I'm going to show you how to put a brush hog on the proper way. When you're fishing current like I am, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So there's 2 kinds of bobber stops. You notice this has a point on it, and these are round. So basically I'm using 2 bobber stoppers. So the first thing I do is I'm going to put one of these pointed ones on, and you can see when you open these packs, they have these little loops on the end. So you put your line through the loop, slide this up till it bottoms out, and then you just pull it on. And then what I do is I slide it up my line like here. So here's my bobber stop. Then I'm using 3/4 to 1 ounce tungsten. So you put it with the point up, put it in like that. So now I'm taking the round bobber stopper. So put it through the loop, slide that forward, get it real close to the end, and then pull the bobber stopper and goes on to the line. And what this does, I created a stop on the bottom and on the top. because I don't want that weight moving when I'm fishing the current. So then I'm going to take my hook, which I use these Superline brown bends. These are 5/0, and these are what I'm using on the Brush Hog. So I'm going to take one of these hooks. These hooks you cannot bend. I'm using 65 pound test braid, and then I have I use a Alberto knot, and I'm using 25 pound test floral, and I use maybe about a 2-foot piece. So then I'm grabbing it down here, and I just tie a trilene. This is probably one of the most common knots that I use. So I'm going through the eye twice, and then I'm going to spin this around only 3 times. You don't want to spin it more than 3 because it won't cinch. So I put it through there and back through that one, and then slide it, and then pull it tight. So that's my setup here. And then what I do is I'll take this and I'll pull this down about maybe an 1/8 inch. So the bobber stopper is about an 1/8 inch, or right for the knot. And then I'll take the top one, I'm going to slide it down. So this is going to peg my weight. So it's not going to slide up or down the line. So when you're fishing current, you don't want it sliding up and down. So on tag ends, I always leave about a 1/4 inch. You don't want to cut it too close because it'll slip out when you hook the biggest fish of your life. So about a 1/4 inch. Slide that down so it doesn't move. So see, the weight's not moving. And then I'm going to take my Brush Hog, and I'm doing this in the fall and the early spring. You have to put these on straight, otherwise it's not going to work. So you put the point of the hook in the center of the Brush Hog, and you only go in a 1/4 inch. And you pop it out, and I put it in between the 2 wings. And I slide it up, and I'm going to turn it and twist it and squeeze it. I always squeeze right here so it'll get up on the top. You come here and you find where the point is, where it's straight. Go back about a 1/4 inch and poke it in. And you want the hook inside. You don't want it protruding. And see how this thing is perfectly straight. So when you're fishing from here to there, it's straight. You got no bend in here. If you put the hook on crooked, this will be bent and it spins in the water. So you want it to look as natural as you can. And right there is the right way to do it.
Fishing is fun, but hooking is the only way. We're gonna show you how to catch some fish today.